The box number one with the first contestant of this second day of this third day of the challenge. Of course, I'm with Kevin Klugel from Germany with the crowd. Germany, are you there today? Make some noise, yes. So everything's perfect. The timing is good.
I think it's okay. Yes.
Okay. Are you nervous? Or
yes,
a little bit? Okay. So I'm not gonna disturb him because he's trying now to finish. Everything's perfect. The timing is good.
I think it's okay. Yes.
Okay. Are you nervous? Or
yes,
a little bit. Okay. So I'm not gonna disturb him because he's trying now to finish his first challenge for the day, the hand-dipped praline. So we wish you luck, Kevin. And Germany, make some noise again, please, for him. Let's go. Now, did that this morning.
So yesterday, Kevin made this delicious creation with this copper pot and serving spoons for eating, completed in spices all over the world. Alexander, a great showpiece from Kevin yesterday.
Very nice, very nice. The theme is there, architecture of taste. He did really well. This is what is prepared this morning.
Now, what's he doing here with these two bottles?
He's working with a nitrogen, you know, to have a different texture, you know, on his coulis and so on.
And those green dips.
Yeah, this is the praline decoration that we saw, little screw. And here he's building the cake. Seems very, very impressive the way how he's building like that, even transparent, you see. So this will be obviously covered, I believe, with all.
So that's showing all the layers of the cake.
Yeah, correct.
Well, I'm standing here in the Macau China box. Ni hao, as they say. That's right.
Ni hao, ni hao.
Well, how is it going? I see you're doing really fine. I see the Chinese wall, huh?
Yes. This time, all the kind will have some Chinese wall the design. Yep.
So these will be the hand-dipped pralines with a lot of Chinese touches. Did you sleep well? How was your night?
Very good. Last night is very good. Sleep very well.
Little pressure or?
Little bit. But now I can finish on time on this one. So karaoke.
Yes, you can finish on time, and I'll let you do that. So good luck, of course, Lei Fu Weng. Ladies and gentlemen, my Chinese is not that good, but I think that images say much more than words. So let's have a look about our charming Lei Fu Weng work up until now.
A fantastic showpiece from Lei Fu Weng yesterday, with the Great Wall of China represented, the Olympics represented with the blue element in his showpiece, the wooden construction at the bottom, the dim sum pot in the middle, and the ball representing the new year with little lion handles.
Really
very original.
It's really his culture. His culture is really, you know, on his showpiece. This morning, like all the other contestants, is preparing, you know, first his layer cake, just to make sure that we will get it at the right temperature.
And we can expect precision work always from these Asian countries.
Absolutely. No emotion, always concentrate, very calm guy, and I'm amazed. Here, the dipped praline.
Looks like a kind of mini petrol tank or something.
Yeah,
I know it's
indeed.
maybe the wrong thing to say.
Yeah, indeed.
Lovely work. Thanks, Alexander.
Yeah.
I'm in the UK box with Ruth Inks and her supporters right there in the crowd. I know that England is always screaming. So, Ruth, how is it this morning?
Fine, thanks.
Your timing is good. Do you have something? You're not late because you told me that your hand-dipped praline was ready. So what are you doing right now?
I'm just going to do some decorations for my entremet now. So, and then the molded praline.
And the
dessert.
And the globe. So everything's fine. Okay, perfect. Thank you for your time. So we're going to go for some highlights of what Ruth did with her showpiece and what she did this morning.
So Ruth Hinks from the UK had a wonderful effect of stepping into the garden with this honeybee effect, the interpreting a sense of time with the tree form symbolizing the natural habitat of the honeybee in her showpiece. And of course some bits fell off, but luckily after it'd been judged.
Absolutely.
Alexander.
It has been judged before, so it's not a problem for her, but she got the right attitude because she came the day after, early morning, yesterday morning, to rebuild the showpiece, and the showpiece is there exposed entire. This morning, Ruth, she's working here on a mold, a beautiful bee nest. It's really a mold that she created herself. It's really lovely here on the
lovely glaze,
dipped praline. Really well done, precise.
Lovely.
Here.
My next stop, Vincent, is here in Brazil. La 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 la. Yeah, you can join me, ladies and gentlemen, because Vincent, great things are happening here. Sergio is full concentrated. Tell me, what are these things? Are those the pins of a little Coke or?
The Coke tap. So my ganache is basically a Coca-Cola ganache with bergamot pâte and crunchy bottom with potato chips, Pop Rocks, and peanut butter.
As you can see, a very creative Sergio. I see you're very busy, but you also have a lot of fans and supporters here. Maybe just 5 seconds, not more, to tell them something or just a little message for them.
Thank you so much for the support, and I wouldn't be able to do without you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's have a look about Sergio's work up until now.
Sergio's showpiece, a wonderful element of chocolate from scratch, from the bean to the finish, showing these wheels grinding and then the roaster in the middle. Alexander, nice, interesting piece.
Absolutely. It's absolutely as well on the theme, yet also little problem. Some pieces broke yesterday, but he found out, the way to rebuild as well.
And how's he doing today?
This morning I see him very quiet as well, on his preparation. He seems to be on time with all of it, and I think he will do well.
Excellent. Nice mixing there and checking the temperature, I noticed, of his chocolate mix.
Which is very important.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
Et on est maintenant au niveau de la France avec M. Ivan Chevalier. Ivan, ce matin, à fond.
À fond pour l'instant, tout se passe bien.
Tout à l'heure, tu me disais qu'on était un petit peu même en avance sur le timing par rapport à ce qui était prévu.
C'est toujours le cas, alors j'espère que ça va rester dans ce sens-là.
On va avoir le temps de faire une petite sieste avant la fin de la journée.
Non, de s'appliquer sur tout le reste du travail.
Parfait. Et là, on en est où là, exactement là, dans ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce qui t'as fini tes hand-dip pralines, tes bonbons trempés. Maintenant, on en est où exactement?
Donc maintenant, en ce moment, je suis en train de préparer les bonbons moulés. Je vais les mouler à l'instant. Mon entremets est glacé, il revient en température. Il me reste quelques préparations pour le dessert à l'assiette et tout ira bien.
Et les finitions et tout est au top.
Voilà,
super, Ivan, on te souhaite bonne chance. Mesdames et messieurs, la France avec M. Ivan Chevalier. On peut faire du bruit, on a les supporters qui sont aussi là pour l'appuyer et le soutenir. On va voir un petit peu ce qui s'est passé dans les dernières heures et surtout les dernières journées avec Ivan Chevalier de la France. C'est parti.
For me, one of the most incredible showpieces of the whole set, using these kitchen utensils. Unfortunately, he had that terrible accident yesterday, Alexander, so now he has to dig deep.
5 minutes before the quotation, the piece broke, not entirely, so he's been able to, re-put some of the stuff, and okay, the showpiece is there, but not entire like he want. This morning, he was building his case. You see all the jury were there, showing a technique, a special technique that can give him 8-point bonus.
Yeah, now this is something very interesting, isn't it?
This is the one, when you will cut it later on, it will be really portion that you won't see what is directly inside. So it's quite interesting technique because he will cut that like
so this is really innovative work from
Absolutely,
France.
I think it was really appreciated. The way as well how he dipped the praline were quite interesting. He built the machine himself, this machine, and that's exactly, in this kind of competition what we are looking for.
Yes, Vincent, I'm standing here in Spain, let's say. It's impressive to see how these talents reinvented themselves. Hans, the Spanish guy with the Dutch name, is really reinventing himself. His meticulous, very minusculous work, what he's doing, looks like my mom. She's a dentist, and as I see the little details he's working with, I think that every move is really, really important. Hans, I know you're very, very busy and that this is a very critical part of your hand-dipped praline, but what does it represent?
This one is the concept and the arc of bridge. It's the architect things, and between the architect food is the egg. This is the thing.
Yeah, I see it's a very nice representation of our architecture of taste. I see you're very, very busy, and I know Vincent, he wants me to sing once again, so let's have some little images. E viva España.
So a wonderful showpiece from Hans, also carrying the building on his shoulders and the fork representing the theme at the top there, Alexander.
Absolutely, the team is well represented. He had also a very good explanation, on his showpiece this morning. He was quite confident, building here his entremet.
They're like little sausages.
Yes, correct. Very precise on what he was doing. And we just saw now he was...
Is that tempering here?
Finishing, that's correct. Tempering the coverture, to dip his little egg,
and
what
this
he
is
was
very
just
important
explaining.
For chocolatiers.
Absolutely, to have something really shiny, a very snappy as well, to have a good contraction, the pre-crystallization or tempering, are...
And those lovely egg-shaped pralines. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful, new. We love it. Even the technique that he's using, to dip them with a little needle, it's new.
Great.
And I'm here in front of the box number 4, the Japanese chef a.k.a. Kakimoto. He's preparing right now some secrets behind, so we're not going to disturb him right now. This chef brought here some new techniques that impress lots of our jury members. So let's see some hints of what happened this morning and for his showpieces.
So Alexander, the Japanese, very strong in this competition 2 years ago. He has a wonderful showpiece representing this kind of dinosaur and traditional technique and stone carving face with the bones of the structure and so on.
Absolutely.
Wonderful piece here.
Yeah, he shows us as well, a technique how to create, a cocoa pot, with a different layer of chocolate. This morning he showed to the jury as well a special technique which again can give him some bonus point, and it was the way how he was dipping the praline. Really interesting technique. The judge appreciated a lot.
Now the Japanese are used to winning or coming very close to winning.
Absolutely. Here is the technique that he was showing us this morning with this little fork in chocolate. It's really
innovative.
I think you need to be Japanese to be so precise. It's part of their culture, and they are so quiet. It's amazing.
Well, I'm standing with Joe Hubbard from the USA. Great work he's doing. Really nice to see how it's going. Joe, little stressed?
Yeah, of course.
Who do you think, maybe difficult question, but who do you think is your biggest competitor today?
Oh, today?
For, let's say, from all competition?
Of course, Italy, Japan, definitely.
Definitely. So, but you're doing a great job. Let me help you. What can I do to help you? I will push the button with great pleasure. As you can see, we are very, very busy. So let's have a look at this American artist work of Monday. Here we go.
So Jove brought these huge pieces, this sort of egg-shaped thing. He had a bit of an accident, unfortunately, in transport, Alexander.
Yeah, the showpiece broke. I'm not really sure that the artistic size is really his favorite element. Yeah, indeed. But today, this morning I see him quite confident. He was dipping his praline, which were really dipped in a proper way. And here we see him building his
is that a sponge
chocolate
cake?
Yeah, chocolate sponge. Here it looks like maybe a vanilla crème or something like that. Technique here to dip to his hand deep praline. You see with a dryer, to take out, the layer of chocolate, to have a thin layer of chocolate. Very important.
Lovely color on the top.
Degustation. Yeah. That's the silicone mold, that he will remove later on. We'll give you a shape.
Now I'm in the Russian box, ladies and gentlemen, with Chef Vladimir Terenkiev. And we have the Russian supporter over there. So I'm going to ask you some question about the timing. Is the timing good for him?
Вова, как у тебя с временем?
Отлично, успеваю.
Very good, he's in time.
He's on time. And what's the most difficult challenge for him today between the 5 challenges you have to accomplish?
Вовчик, что было самым сложным для тебя сегодня?
Встать рано утром.
To wake up in early morning.
To wake up early this morning. Okay, perfect. So we wish him luck. You can tell him that if he's on time, if everything's fine. So we wish him luck and hope that everything will be on time for him for this day.
Вовчик, если ты проснулся настолько утром, то все для тебя значит будет хорошо.
Good.
Good. Thank you, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go for some hints of what happened this morning and for his marvelous showpiece.
That's what we like to see, a sense of humor from the Russian candidate Vladimir. So his showpiece, this incredible chocolate tornado with the head of himself at the top, with the kind of swirl tornado in the middle.
Yeah, he explained yesterday, he's the architect, so he represents his face, directly, and it was really good matches this morning. Building his entremet.
Now this is an interesting shape, Alexander, like a trapezium effect.
It's not straight, it's like 45% angle cake, so I'm really curious, to see how he will finish this one.
This is a unique thing for the
It's
competition?
not a unique, to be honest. I saw it that before, but it's interesting. Here, the molded praline with a kind of apricot jelly inside. We will see that later on. Decoration, last decoration, and he had a very interesting decoration on the handy praline. We won't see it, but...
So, ladies and gentlemen, while our finalists are still working on their handed praline, I have the honor to invite a special guest on stage. He is our special president of the World Chocolate Masters and team keeper. And as you know, this year's theme was the architecture of taste. So please, welcome Sergio Herman. Good morning, Sergio. How are you doing?
Good, very good.
Ready for the second day of tasting?
Of course.
We had a lot of chocolate yesterday, but what do you think of the realizations of our finalists? What they performed here?
I think yesterday was a very nice, good day, but of course a lot of chocolate for me, tasting. But today I think it's going to be a strong competition, and I'm excited about everything I see, and I think it's a great competition this year.
So you're the special president and the team keeper. Let us talk about the team. Could you remind us what it is about, the architecture of taste, and how you would like to see it reflect in the pralines or the pastry? And
the architecture of taste is a very big thing. I think every country can do his own influence of this team, and it's very interesting to see that that you can play with it. That's very important. You can play with your own tastes, spices, herbs from your country, and that's very exciting.
So it's also the moment to learn about new techniques, new cultural influences for you and for the jury members, maybe.
Of course, I think it's nice if you follow your influence from your country and. Look to your own style and vision, and that makes it attractive, I think.
So you've been here for several days. What was, up until now, for you, the most amazing moment of this competition? It's a difficult one.
No, for me, I think I said also yesterday. For me, it's the spirit for everybody. You see the focus, you see the balance of working, focus. They are working so hard, and they trained like for maybe 1 or 2 years to be here. And I think everybody must be very proud of his own thing to do here. And for me, that is very important. I know how strong it is and what you must do for it to be here, and that's a big thing, I think.
Yes, because I think even in the audience or people at home watching us, sometimes are not realizing how much pressure we put on them. And we have the jury watching them, we have the audience and the cameras. Can that change the way someone is working? Because I know you're very famous in my country, in Belgium, so you are used to cameras and television, but how for our finalists?
Yeah, I think if all the jury is standing in front of you, you're a little bit shaking, I think, and I think also your heart is pumping then on that moment. But I think you have your vision, you have your tunnel. You must be in your own tunnel and focus on that. And I think you must have shit on it. Do your thing and go for it. That's very important.
Do your thing and keep calm and stay focused. Well, Sergio, you're our team keeper, so I think it's time for you to go to the boxes and check out whether our contestants are ready to deliver their hand-dipped pralines. We see each other back for some more tasting later on. So
okay,
for the moment, time to go encourage our contestants. And the tasting, ladies and gentlemen, I will of course not do it by myself. I will invite 2 experts for that. So please, 2 experts in hand-dipped pralines. Here is for you the cacao berry pastry chef Alberto Simiato and the jury president Norman Love. Alberto and Norman, what a great smile. You're ready for the day, I see.
Yeah, I'm very happy to stay for this big event, and we work very hard also in Italy to find great candidates for this final, so we are happy.
And of course, it's day 2. The suspense is mounting, and it won't be very long before we find out who the winner is going to be for this great competition today.
So I invited you 2 on stage as experts in the hand-dipped pralines. What's so difficult about a hand-dipped praline? What's the most difficult part for making it, for example?
Well, I believe that, I mean, there's many components in making the hand-dipped praline. Obviously, the crystallization of the chocolate is crucial in ensuring a beautiful shine. The ganache, the crunch, the interior complexity is also extremely important for the mouthfeel. And then the overall appearance. The dipping of the praline is probably the most challenging and time-consuming task in the whole preparation, and it requires absolute precision in order to receive a very thin shell without foot and a beautiful shine.
And were there other requirements for the hand-dipped praline? 2 different textures, or is it... What is the jury looking for or judging on?
The jury first is the weight, okay, so it can exceed 9 grams, and it must contain 2 textures. So most of the contestants that I've seen yesterday and many today in the preparation, you see something crunchy, whether it's a hazelnut feuillantine or some sort of crunchy texture. Then on top is some smooth ganache, so you have the combination of 2 very different textures, and it's really pleasing to the palate.
And maybe Alberto, we are talking about the architecture of taste. How can you reflect that in a hand-dipped praline?
It's very personal things. So architecture of taste is very free, you know, because you can find every shape, every you like or you want, and as usual, to have the same shape for the showpieces, for the bonbons and the cakes and everything. So also the connection between all the products is very important.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited to see what it will be all about. And I think it's time, ou grand temps en fait, pour inviter nos membres du jury, ainsi qu'Angelo Moussa et Sergio Herman pour la dégustation. Alors Vincent, comment vas-tu?
Écoute, ça va très bien. Le public est à fleur de peau. Voilà, l'énergie est à fond. Les gens sont prêts. Everybody's ready for this final countdown. Et dans quelques instants, eh bien, on aura droit à la première épreuve. C'est la fin de la première épreuve. Plus que 8 secondes. 7, 6, 5. Everybody, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est maintenant l'heure aux candidats. On peut les applaudir très fort parce qu'ils ont fait un énorme travail. Ils doivent maintenant présenter leur première pièce, leur première partie de cette journée, donc le bonbon trempé. C'est parti.
So, Alexander, the best dipped praline, the time is up for the candidates. We noticed, in fact, that the weight is crucial when Norman Love was talking. It's between 8 and 13 grams.
That's correct. So you cannot be below or exceed this grammage. And we have a scale, you know, on the jury table. And each single praline will be scaled just to make sure that this is respected.
So they have to make 70 pralines, is that right? 70?
Well, actually, you know, during the competition, they need to make from 30 to 50 praline, but they had to bring 70 praline because we have also the journalist, you know, tasting, because we'll be also a press award.
And the voiceover booth has to taste as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we are waiting, so if you hear us, please bring us some
we have to say that in the last 3 days we've been here, nobody's passed with anything. I mean,
it's amazing, you know. They always bring, you know, to Virginie, you know, because she's a chocolate lover. But
so
us, you know,
a subtle hint out there to the chocolatiers and all the people who are helping move these beautiful things around. Let's pass by the voiceover booth.
Absolutely. If you want, you know, that we can share with our auditor, you know, public, you know, on in the net, you know, to have more impression what it tastes like, you know, bring us some praline. We're gonna taste it and comment it for you.
Okay. Now these contestants have to temper the chocolate themselves and can't use automatic tempering machines.
So
can you talk about those?
We have Selmi tempering machine, but for this task, you know, they need to pre-crystallize themselves the chocolate. The reason why, because it's a chocolate competition, you know, the base in chocolate is the pre-crystallization, and we cannot avoid not to do that. So it's very important, you know, that they show as well, you know, to the jury member the way how they temper, and to see that it's perfectly done, to have the shininess and the snap.
Now the jury are going to evaluate these molded the pralines with compliancy of the theme. How do you see the contestants so far complying with the theme in this task?
Well, they are doing well. If we check what happened yesterday on the praline side, you know, it was really according to the rules. There was no real issue about it. You know, they need to follow this rule, and the rule said that they have to have a minimum of 2 different texture on it, and one of them must be a ganache, dark ganache.
Okay. So the judges are looking for this creativity, this overall taste, the overall texture, and there'll be deductions if they don't follow all of these aspects of the
absolutely. Yeah, obviously, you know, the first thing when you do a competition, you know, it's like when you make your driving license, you know, if you make a mistake, you have deduction.
Okay, so we're looking at
this is Spanish candidate,
Spanish guy, Hans, yeah.
Very good guy,
very
talented young guy. This Spanish works to my favorite pastry shop in Spain, Bubo.
And where's that?
Yeah, Carles Mampel, a very big pastry chef in Spain, and that we appreciate a lot in our chocolate world. Here we have the student from Elishout School in
Elishout School,
Belgium.
is that in Belgium? And where in Belgium is that?
We're in Brussels.
In Brussels, okay. And you're based in Brussels yourself,
Yes,
Alexander?
yes.
Also in Brussels?
Yes. So they collect basically, you know, all the pralines. So each jury member will receive one entire plate. You know, they can basically make a direct comparison on the all different praline, and they have always 2 of them to compare, one to taste, one to just to leave it, you know, to have the real visual aspect.
Now, Lei Fu Veng there from Macau looks confident this morning.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, apparently everybody's on time. You can see, you know, all the praline are there. Today it's 9 candidates.
Okay, let's go back to Virginie and see what they think of the taste.
Well, my two experts here are impressed by Spain. I think it is Spain, the little egg. He even give or furnished us with explanation about the construction for architects if they are building a bridge, which is the same as the construction he used for building his eggs.
So to begin, we can begin here is with a German piece. So you can see that the bottom has a really beautiful crunchy texture. And then it looks like a really bonbon.
I think it's one of our young